So I'm about to record our latest episode of our podcast, which is called Below the Bonnet. Hi everybody, welcome to Below the Bonnet. Andrew Van Leeuwen and David Reynolds with his sleeveless shirt on, mate. What's the story there before we get going? Myself and David Reynolds had an idea a few years ago to do a podcast, and he'd sort of been pestering me for a couple of years to do one. So when I finished full-time driving, I thought, okay, well, I've actually got a little bit of time I can set aside to doing it, because it's not as easy as, you know, just chatting and recording. There's obviously a little bit behind it as well, to put it all together, to put it out there and obviously broadcast it. So, but really it's a show about, not just about motor racing, because we love motor racing. We love talking in depth about the stuff that goes on in motor racing.
How's that happen?
Yeah, the rollout was so weird, and I think that I think it really did catch supercars by surprise.
But I guess it's a different take, you know, from, you know, myself, who's a driver, Dave's another driver, and we've got Aviel, who's a journalist. Aviel, how you going, mate? You're congratulations. You're a new dad.
Congratulations, brother. Congratulations. That's
Thanks,
fantastic.
boys.
New baby.
It is.
We've got three different points of view, and we cover from motorsport all the way through to sometimes we end at American politics or speaking about conspiracy theories. So we try to have a bit of fun and mix it up. Watching the mighty Sea Eagles, they'll be taking out the premiership next year. So, and you know, it's always a good laugh, which is I think a really important thing. We put out to our fantastic fans to do a fan Q&A, because they're normally a big hit, and again we are inundated with a monstrous amount of questions. So one of the biggest reasons we wanted to do a podcast is we're free to talk about whatever we'd like and how we'd like to discuss it, and I think that's a really crucial part we've seen in not just podcasting, but in society. You know, the more open and more genuine people are, you know, that really comes across, and the fans have really taken to that quite well. I mean, I think they like having something to talk about in between events. Let's start off with Marcus Benito. He asked, did Anton get to see Nikita this year? And I guess he's referring to Townsville, is that right? Motorsport isn't an every weekend type of sport, so in between events to be able to cover things off and discuss them, and you know, the feedback that we get, you know, we've done a show, the one that we're actually doing today is a fan Q&A.
Now you got to ask, you're like the dictator. You're
The dictator!
Yeah.
You know, having a show that's for the people, there's things that, you know, sometimes we don't cover that they'd like us to talk about, and you know, that's one of today's shows. So it shows how the interaction's changing in, you know, society, and how podcasting is really growing.